What's up, everybody? It's Dave Rodriguez with the Human Spectrum. Glad you can join us today. Um, I got a few things to show you. I've been encourage everybody lately. I've been encouraging everyone to take their cell phone cameras and during the day or night, and just at nighttime, what I suggest is don't point your camera to the stars. Point them in an area of the sky that's, to your eyes, naked eye, looks black. And that's exactly what I did. I steered it clear away from the stars. And I took pictures of just the black areas of the sky where I could not see anything to see if my camera would pick anything up. And I did pick some stuff up. And I encourage you to do the same. And if you stick around toward the end, I'll show you those photos and you'll be amazed by them. But before we do that, we're going to go to a website that I found that gives us the latest statistics on where in the world and what countries are having the most UAP reports. And I'm going to bring it up. It's called Enigma Labs. If you've never been there, it's a site where you can get the latest on how many sightings were reported and in what countries. Right now I have Buenos Aires, Mar del Plata, Blanca, Oliveria, and Nachia. And but we can go in all these other places. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and switch this up to my display capture so that you can see it. And see if I can get myself in here a little bit. All right, so here's what we got. So this is courtesy of Enigma, a great website. And on this site, it tells you basically single sightings are a red dot. And if they're in this format where you see the two pound signs, those are clusters. And right off the bat, you can see here, I'm going to zoom right in. You can start seeing clusters right away. So we're starting with Argentina. And let's see what we got. So we got 37 toward the southern part of Argentina. And I want to see that's closer toward Rio Galagos, I believe it is. They have 20 right in here. This is interesting stuff. You can keep going, and it's just amazing. We have 10 more here. The nearest town would be, let's see, not sure how that works, but looks like Oradoro Paradivia. I'm saying that right. So they have 10 sightings there, and it looks like it's a cluster, and another 10 below. So let's bring the map back out, and we'll go to the western side. And right here, they had a single sighting. Now, this is based on what they're saying on the website here. So far, 38 sightings from Argentina have been submitted to Enigma, and inclusive of third-party sources, a total of 957 sightings. That's amazing. From Argentina have been published. Enigma started receiving public sighting submissions via web late 2022 and launched our iOS app in May 2023. Enigma also has the largest standardized queryable historical sighting database with over 270,000 reports from other global sources. So, you know, they're doing their homework here, and this is interesting. So I thought you guys might want to get a peek at this. You can visit this at any time. It's enigmalabs.io. And so I'm just trying to give you a picture of all the sightings they've had down there of UAPs. Excuse me. And going up towards central Argentina, you can see there's a cluster. That cluster says 295. I don't know if you can see that. That's 281. And then probably add the rest together. We got 2 here, 4 there, and 2 there. So that's active. We got 14 there. Now we're going toward Uruguay. I'm seeing 1.49K. And let's see if we can zoom in a little bit here. 2 reportings. I'm assuming these reportings are the latest based on what I read on the website for 2024, I think. So obviously these are more than one, so those are clusters, even number 2 considered clusters and above. We had a single sighting here, and let's see what else we got. You just keep going up. You can go to Bolivia, and they even had a cluster of 3 sightings off the coast. It appears to be off the coast, and another single sighting here. I mean, that's amazing. And now you're in Peru. Peru's reporting 2 sightings, Ecuador 3, and I think their total, I believe from when they started 2022 to 2024, I think it's a total of 277 reports. So that's what I'm gathering from this website. Let's see if they can show us anything else. Absolutely. Let's take it over to near Puerto Rico. 17 reported. And of course, St. Kitts and Nevis Islands, 2. And there was a single one there. Dominica, 2. And St. Lucia. Going over to Costa Rica and Venezuela, they had a single one. And then you have another 170 there. Clusters, 2 over here. And I don't know if that's the Colombian line or not. It might, nope, that's still in Venezuela. That's a single one there and showing a number of 177 there. And Colombia, if I'm not mistaken, I got these lines right. Looks like 210 total in Colombia with one single one showing right toward the border. And the ones that are out to sea, I would have to assume these are people on boats, whether they're fishing or their vessels bringing goods from one place to another. But this is right out there. It's pretty far out there in the ocean. So I would have to assume these were reported by captains of those ships. Who knows? But it goes on and on. I mean, it goes all the way up to Nicaragua, the Honduras. So this goes to what I was saying in my other videos. I know it's not just me. I know a lot of you out there are probably starting to get the picture where it seems like the uptick in UAP sightings, not just because we have the phones and the cameras. I think even without the phones and the cameras, people are spotting them with their naked eye. But I tried something different because I know the camera can capture sometimes what we can't, because our spectrum only goes so far. So I think we're going up to Mexico. Mexico is pretty much a hot spot for, as you can see, all the way up to Texas. We're in the U.S. now. This website covers everything. Look at these numbers. I mean, let's check out South Cali. 281, 66. I know we have bases there too. Let's see. I'm not sure if these are bases or not. I don't know. I'm not sure if they tell us. I don't see anything on the index telling us, so they could be national parks. But either way, 30.4 thousand. So California is busy, especially in the southern part along the border of California. And if we go out, the rest of the United States, yeah, they've been keeping all the way to Canada. What we have here in Montana, 61. Not Seattle, but Washington, 17.1 thousand. And around New York, mostly on the Canadian side. Let's go in a little closer, see if we can get some more information. Okay, we got 117, probably by Grand Isle, just south of Toronto. 48. I wonder if that's being reported from the shipping boats. Yeah, see, now that I'm looking at this, I believe these are, because if that's right, that's Fort Drum. So those could be bases. Don't hold me to it. But since I'm from Central New York, I know where our bases are. And that looks like the Watertown area. And not far from where my man Bruce is over here. And what else we have? 51 in my area. So, and I can attest to that. And if you go down toward the Catskills, heading down to Yonkers, 123, near Binghamton, Elmira, 52. Then you get down to where we've been having these rare earthquakes in New Jersey. We got 518, Long Island, 17. So you get the picture. So go ahead and visit. It's called enigmalabs.io. Check them out, and it looks like they update quite often, and you can watch their videos on here. They have sightings, and I believe these are the latest ones that they put on here. Yeah, like this one here is May 8th, May 10th. Yeah, this one is December 31st, 2021. 23 is February 19th, February 2023. So yeah, they're all the way up to May here in Belleville, Cordoba, Argentina, where we first started out. So yeah, visit that website. A lot of good information on there. Looks like they have an app option, and you can check that out whether you're on iOS or Android. So, like I told you, if you stuck around this long, I'm gonna show you these pictures. Okay, now remember what I said in the beginning. When I went outside to take these pictures a couple of nights ago, the dates will be right on there. These images, I focused on the part of the sky where there was no Big Dipper. The moon was at the time in the east, kind of rising up a little bit. So I took a few pictures of the moon too. We'll get into that shortly. But I want to show you the pictures I took. Remember, I'm aiming, and if you do this, and I hope you would send me a copy, make sure you hold your phone this way instead of this way, because number one, you're going to cover a lot more area. Number two, when you bring it into analyze, if you want to analyze it on your computer or send me a copy, it's better if it comes out like this. Basically, vertical is just great for like making reels and whatever else, and also great for taking pictures. But for stuff like this, the unknown UAPs, I highly recommend you go to sideways to get the full picture. So that would be great. And whatever you have, please send it to me. So like I promised, if you're this far into the video, I'm going to show you what I caught, keeping in mind I was not aiming at any stars in the sky. I avoided stars because after the picture's taken, I like to come in and analyze them. Some things I caught and some things I did. So let's check it out. It's going to be pretty interesting. All right, let's go with picture number one. Now remember, I'm focusing where my naked eye cannot see a star. And already, if you look at this picture, and I hope it's coming in clear for you, this was on 5/19. You would look at this and say, yeah, Dave went outside and saw 2 stars and took pictures. No, I did not. On purpose, I pointed my camera to a part of the sky that was dark and I could not see any stars. I knew where the stars were, but I avoided them because I wanted to capture something that I cannot see with my eyes. And hence I did. So let's take a quick look at it. And this is what I caught. Looks like it has kind of a round shape to it with like a back end. It's not a cloud. It was a cloudless night. I mean, it was clear. I mean, I really, really worked hard to avoid the stars because the stars were out that night. But these are not stars. This is not, I was not aiming at any stars. I could see stars, and so can you with your naked eye. Then I had a secondary object up here. And let's see if I can bring that in. This one was very intriguing because this seemed to have kind of a almost a rectangular shape with these two things here. See if I can bring this out for a minute. Let's try a few filters on these. See if I can get that picture back. Maybe not. There you are. Okay, so let's focus in on this. Yeah, see, now it gets a little pixelated. So I'll bring it back just a little. Remember, this is not a star. So I'm going to bring it into a, I was using my, on my phone, it's called Nightscape. And that's what it looks like to me when I'm actually looking through my phone. Now remember, I'm not pointing at any stars. And I see that there's something on the back. I don't know if it's, I don't know what it is. To me, it looks like something of intelligent origin. I could be wrong. But why is it showing up on my camera? And why couldn't I see it with the naked eye? So that's suspicious itself. That's all on its own, that's suspect. So you'd be amazed if you just went outside with your camera, and hopefully you have a decent camera. And this, I couldn't make heads or tails of it. It kind of looks like if I had to describe it, it looks like a necktie. But I do see like a triangular shape here, and I'm not sure what these are. I'll bring it back to this, to black, and that's kind of what it looked like. But that's that was picture number one. We'll go to picture number two. No, that was, yeah, this is the one where we had, remember, I'm pointing into the sky where there's no stars at all. And this is what I'm capturing with no stars visible to the eye. Now this seems to have like a ball in the middle of it. I kind of want to bring that out if I can. Let's see. Yeah, this one, yeah, there's more, as you can see, and I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, there seems to be a solid object here. Yeah. So no matter what I put it on, you can tell there's something solid there. So let's look at the other objects. This one was a little more faint. Remember, I wasn't looking at any stars. I'm not sure if this one had 3. No, I don't think so. So let's cancel that out and let's go to the next one. Or maybe there was 3. My error. Okay, let's see. There is something we did catch at the top. See, again, I did not see this with my naked eye. I was pointing straight to black skies. I mean, how do you explain that? I mean, if I could see it just looking up in the sky when I walk outside, I'm not behind a glass. I definitely suggest that you do this outside with your camera and not behind any glass. But it's amazing what your camera captures, because that I didn't see. I didn't see that, and I didn't see that. And they look, I mean, what are they? I call them unknowns. That's all I can say. On this next picture, I don't know if I caught anything on this one. No, I don't think I did. So we'll go on to the next one. And we did have an object that was moving, and I had to take pictures. And hopefully we can catch that on this. Okay, nothing on that one. Okay, here was another one. Now these, I'm pointing in the same direction. So if you go back, this is pointing in the same direction. What is that, 10:59? Yep. 1 minute. You can see that the time hasn't changed. The time has not changed. So with the camera, I did not see anything. Snapped another photo in the same area within that before it became 11 o'clock, and this popped up. So this one's going to blow your mind a little bit. Seems to be like 3 different components to what these are. Now remember, here's the time, 10:59 on 5/19. 10:59 on 5/19, and I remember I was pointing the camera in the same direction, and there was nothing that came through that I could see through my screen on the camera, because sometimes you could see it. If you pull away, you won't see it if you're pointing to the dark sky. Took a second snapshot, these appeared out of nowhere. Absolutely same area on the bottom of the picture. And they were kind of like, almost like in formation. Like they were, I don't know if it's just one big object they were attached to, or if there was even an object in between. At nighttime, it's very hard, and my camera can only do so much. But I do have the nightscape capability. Check on your phone and see if you have that. But this is what I caught on the next picture that I took in the same area that you saw previous that had nothing in there, even through the camera. And then this pops up. So that's kind of odd. I really can't tell what it is. I do see a more solid area at the top of this one. And on here it seems just more faded. Almost like it was further that way. And this one was closer to me. I don't know. But that's what I caught right after this picture. Same sky. Next picture, those popped up out of nowhere. Let's see if I got anything on this one. And this one here, I think I was pointing more to the left, so that would be toward the northeast. And this was here. This one was a little more intriguing to me, because this looks like, I don't know about you, but this looks like a craft. I mean, you could see like the front of it. This looks like a wing, and this looks like there's possibly, even though it's, depending on how it's turned or shaped, who knows, or if they're trying to hide it, I don't know. But I'm seeing this, 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 and this. 1, 2, 3, 4, with like a rod and holding this together, and another one here that I can't see very well. I don't know if adjusting the color on this will do any better, but there it is. These are the things you catch outside with your camera. Remember, your camera catches things that your eyes cannot see. You don't have to go buy that $2,000 camera I spoke about, which is now finally available to civilians. And I'm sure there are certain people out there that do not like that, but why can't we have them? I mean, they don't like us having our own telescopes or whatever, because we see things that either they're teaching your kids in the books at history and about space, and I'll bet you, and you can leave it in the comments, there are 3 more planets that they didn't teach you in school. I'll name one of them for you, Cirrus. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't. There's 2 more, but they don't teach you that in the books at school. And the question is why? Why is it just Mars, Jupiter, Venus, and so on, Mercury, Neptune? Why don't they add the other 3? That's an interesting question. So let's see if we can go on to the next picture. And this is a picture that was taken without nightscape. So that's what it should look like. I caught that in there. I don't know what that is. That is not a reflection or an aperture. This is the aperture. Like I was showing you with the sun photos, there was 2. Now this is just with regular nighttime photo capture, and I still caught something here, and I don't know what it is. But moving on, because I'm going to switch it over to nightscape. That's another regular camera picture without nightscape, and the object is still there, whatever that is. It was a cloudless night, so I'm not sure. I can't call that a cloud. It's just something anomalous. And there's another picture with a regular photo, and now this thing is still there. I just moved it to the side, and you can obviously see there's a ring here. If you don't know what's causing that, it's when they spray, it stays, like the moon shouldn't look like that. It should be sharper. And even at nighttime, we don't get that. That's why we go to nightscape. That helps us out. Now here's nightscape. You see a difference? Let's look at nightscape. It wasn't a full moon, by the way. The moon was only about 3/4. Tonight, you should start seeing closer to a full moon. And today's the 22nd. But that object, still there. Now, when I looked up at the moon, all I saw was this. But to me, I saw the cutoff point because it wasn't a full moon. That I didn't see. So the camera caught that. Even without nightscape, it caught it. Yet I couldn't see it. So this is with nightscape, but we have an issue here. I don't know what this is, but you can see all this stuff here. That's not clouds. That was a cloudless night. This is just a leftover of geoengineering. It shouldn't look like that. The moon should look like the moon used to look like. But now we have 2 apertures here. So what do you think? I'm seeing that in the sun, and I'm seeing that with the moon. I've never seen that with the moon before. This is the first year that I've actually started. Last year I did the moon too, but I never saw another aperture. There was only just the one. But now I'm seeing something else, and I don't know. I don't quite know what that is, but it's coming through, and that could be why they're keeping it like that. I don't know. What I do know for sure is that this I could not see with my naked eye. I don't know what that is. It looks square. It's got right angles. So I would have to say that's possibly of intelligent origin. Possibly. I mean, right angles. Yet I didn't see it without the camera. With the camera, I could see it. And now, like the sun, we're seeing a little something here. I don't know what it is. I know it's not my camera. It's not being overloaded by the moon because the moon's not giving me heat. So, and I'm very careful when I take pictures with the sun. I do them quick and I give it a rest so my camera doesn't, you know, get too hot, because it will get too hot and it'll shut down. But I find this interesting here, and that's the only thing I can attribute to this. So this is what nightscape, much different from regular. This is just a regular photo of the moon. Now, before taking this photo, all I could see was like 3/4 of the moon. That's it. Obviously I didn't see that, and I didn't see that. And then when you go to nightscape, look what your phone brings out. Interesting stuff, isn't it? It's just another picture showing that there's something here that's kind of making a reflection here. And obviously this is reflecting here. And this seems to have morphed a bit. There seems to be some kind of darkness around this picture. And it did change shape. I don't know if you noticed, but it did. Again, I could not see that with my naked eye or that. All I could see was the moon at 3/4. So tonight, if it's not cloudy, I'll see. Obviously, we're going into a full moon, and we'll see what we can get. These had 3, I believe, in here, so I'm going to bring them closer so you can see it. Remember, I'm pointing to where there's no stars. But yet I'm capturing stuff like this. That's not a star. And I wasn't aiming for stars. I mean, could it be that I'm looking into the area of the sky that's so dark and the stars so far away? That's possible, but why is my camera picking it up and I'm not seeing a glimpse? You should at least see just a glimpse of a star, even if it's further away. So I don't know how to explain that. And then again, something similar, but more of a curvature to it. And that was the second one. And then I caught something on the right side, similar to the other ones. But I don't know what to make of it. I'm not seeing like any right angles or anything, and too far away to be a cloud. I mean, if I wasn't using my camera and I saw that with my naked eye, I would just call those stars. But I was not seeing that with the naked eye. Remember, I'm taking pictures in the part of the sky where there was no stars on purpose, because I want to see what my camera catches, and because it does catch more than what we can see. I prove that to you. Do it yourself. Find out yourself. Don't take my word for it. And these are last couple pictures. This one was by the eave of the house, and this actually looks like a craft. To me it does. I see a side here, another side here, another one here. There seems to be some kind of apparatus in the middle. And that was toward the end of my that one and then it kind of moved over slowly. I want to make sure it wasn't me. Yeah, I was standing in the same spot, but this was the one that was moving, but it was moving slow. But I did not see any green or red lights, which is your typical lights for aircraft. And if you look even closer on this one, it's got more, it still has the thing in the middle, whatever it is, and it's more of a blue color. And if we go back to the other one that I took, see, this had moved a little bit. We'll go back to the first one. You can tell it moved, or maybe flipped, because that wasn't so distinct as the second picture I took. And I took that second picture because I saw the first one, so I wanted to take another one, and it was moving very slow. And it went more, there it is, it moved right over toward straight east, not northeast, not southeast. It was moving east, and that's what it looked like. And that little area became more prominent. So all you got to do is point and shoot into a black area of the sky. If you want to point it to the stars, that's fine. But see, this one was moving, so I wanted to take a few pictures of it. This is another one where it was moving, but this time the shape changed. And I don't know about you, but that looks like a craft of some kind. I mean, come on. This is getting crazy. And this is just, we're talking a half hour outside maybe, pointing into the sky where I do not see stars. And there it is, moving off to the left, almost like northeast rather. Now this time, it looks a little brighter, and I see some kind of, almost looks like it's attached to something bigger. So I'm not sure if you can see that. I could try and pull it forward, but let me see if I can pull anything forward on that for you. Let's apply a filter to it. Let's go to, see if this one will give us anything. Might become pixelated, but I'm trying to pull out, there's something here. Let's try punch. Yeah, see, you can see it's connected to something here. I don't know if it's a larger craft. Right there. So radiate gave us a little more. There's something here, and there's something there. So, and remember, the naked eye was not catching this. This is the same three objects from the pictures the last three pictures I showed you. So if we go back, 1, 2, I believe 3, started here. Did it start there? Yeah, it started here with a little bit of that blue. Kind of goes like this. To me, that looks artificial. Let me know what you think in the comments. This here, now it's moving, but not fast. But I'm watching it on the camera before I'm getting ready to hit the button. And it's starting to move, but it does this. This becomes more pronounced. I could see it through the camera. And of course, we went over this one where it actually looks like it changed into something else. And that, to me, my friends, looks like a craft of some sort. Looks like it's got a little wave to it. Call it a bridge or the front. Maybe it's the back. Maybe it's a part of something bigger. I don't know. That's the best that I can pull from it. But either way, I didn't see that with the naked eye. And here it is still moving. And this is the one where I told you I think there's more to it, because it started showing more as it moved. Whether it was turning or whatever it was doing, it was showing me more. And I think that was all I got from, it was at 11:25 p.m. And here I got 3 more. This video is going a little longer than I expected, but I'm finding stuff that I'm not seeing with my naked eye. I mean, like, what is this? It's far away. it's very far away, but when you pull it in closer, it's not a star. And then we go to this one, and this one looks like kind of like a hook. Not a hook, but like something light that's attached to something here. I mean, this doesn't, remember, I could not see that with my eyes. And it was dark, dark out. I mean, on the other side, I could see the stars, the dipper, everything else. I purposely aimed for all the dark skies that I could not see anything with my naked eye. And then I caught this and some kind of another attachment. And there was one more right here that looks basically the same. I'm going to assume that's further out, and this one's just a little bit closer because there's two of them there. This is what this probably looks like if it were closer. That's what I gathered from these photos here, or these two objects. So interesting stuff. And then there was a third one. No? Was there a fourth one? Yes, there was. Same thing. They came out of nowhere. Remembering, I'm pointing in basically the same direction the whole time. And either something doesn't show up, and in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they all look like they're all the same. I don't know, you can call it a fleet. I mean, this stuff's incredible. I would have just walked by and not even noticed that if I was looking at the dark part of the sky, but the camera catches this. This is the only one that seems to be the most different from all of them, because the other ones have kind of like a ball on top of it, like that one. This was a good capture, and the rest of them are pretty much the same. That one's lighter. It's amazing what you catch when you just use your camera, and hopefully you have nightscape on yours. And this is the next picture, and this here clearly looks like an intelligent craft. But why can't I see it with my naked eye? It's just, that's the way they're built. That's the way they're flying. If they're flying machines, this looks like a flying machine to me. That was one. And there was two more objects up here. Pop that out of nowhere. There's that shape again, only this time it's on this side instead of this side. And it looks like a little curvature there. So that would tell me it could be connected to something else. And then this is kind of like the same thing. So I don't know, guys. I took pictures of the sky where there were no stars, and look at this stuff I'm picking up. It's incredible. You got to get out there and do this. Look at that. I just think it's amazing. What I can't see with my eyes, my camera is catching. Look at that. I've already reviewed these, but I just remembered that I missed a few. There's another one. Not a star. I'm pointing away from stars. There is that craft-looking object. And then this here is interesting. Looks like, almost looks like a Z. And I think we've heard that before. I don't know if it was Mr. MBB333, but he had something similar to this. It was in a Z formation, but not a star. Not viewable without a camera, at least in night mode. If I would have took this with just regular, without night mode, I wouldn't have picked that up. And here's another one. And notice how it's virtually the same. It's amazing. So I wanted to share all these with you. And let me see. Yeah, there's one down here. No stars in this part of the sky. This one was very bright and was moving. I don't know if that's exhaust or what it is, but it was moving. It was kind of moving like this, and it was moving slow. So I was taking, I think I took 2 or 3 photos of this one, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if I have them in order. Let's see. This one was interesting also. Look at that. This is what's in our skies when we're not, even if you're looking up, you're not going to see it. You got to use your camera. Look at that. And there's something here, almost like it's a part of something bigger, but that's long and that's bright, and it's just kind of like snake-like. These are the things I'm catching with my camera. And here's another one, similar. And I can see something else here, but I can't quite make it out. This looks like a duck's head, but again, with the 4 corners. That's anomalous. So, what else did we catch? This one was interesting. This one looked like almost a complete aircraft. Like the whole thing you could see, and this was like an energy source. Who knows? But to me, I see the whole thing here. I'm not sure if you can see it. I hope it's coming out for you guys. If it's not, I will do some work on getting clarity on this. But if you're seeing this, remember, I was not seeing this with the naked eye. And it was brighter. And I'm pointing into a dark sky until I put the camera in front of me. Then I see a little star, like star-looking object, and that's when I take the picture. If you have Nightscape on your phone, that's what mine's called, Nightscape. You can't zoom in when you take the picture. You can with a regular photo, but when you put it in Nightscape, you can't zoom in. It has to do a processing to capture. It does that. It captures what you can't see. So when I hit the button, it does this thing. It takes about 5 seconds, and then it's done. I can move on to the next picture. So that's how Nightscape works on my Android. And this is what I caught. This one here looks of intelligence. It doesn't look like anything. It doesn't look like a balloon. This is clearly, yeah, this has to be of intelligence or of intelligent origin. It has to be. I can see, depending on how it's tilted or bent, I got a good shot of what's in the middle. If that's the energy source, if I had to take a guess, that's the energy source. But you can clearly see that's a craft of some sort. That is a craft. I don't know what else to call it, because if I can't see it with my naked eye and I put my Nightscape on, which takes 5 seconds to process before it says your picture's done, then that means it's processing it so I can see it in the camera and see it later on like we're doing right now. Gee, I hope you can really see this. Yeah, you can see it's circular, and yeah, that's definitely appears to be a power source. I don't know if that's so high up that the sun is hitting that. I don't know. I don't know. It's too late in the night for that. That was what, 11:26. And again, I have many more. I knew this video was going to be a little longer, but I had so much to show you. It was just amazing. You can see these two bright objects right here, and then some kind of limb right there. I mean, this stuff's amazing. Just point up and shoot into a dark part of the sky. And I think this one, yeah, this one was moving, so I took a second picture. When they're moving, I try to take it as fast as I can, but when you're using Nightscape, like I explained, it takes 5 seconds for it to complete until I can take the next picture. That one, first picture was over here at that time. You can see a little better. There's something here, right in the middle. And maybe something around there. So when you talk about more of these UAPs showing up everywhere, I mean, what else can you say? It's a fact. This was another object that appeared to be moving, and I see right angles here. I mean, so that's I think that's all I have. Or did I miss one? No, there is one more. This is something else I caught, and it does look uniform, like a cake, but it looks uniform. And if you pull it away, that's what it looked like to the naked eye almost. But when I put the camera, when I had the camera in the sky, I saw just a glimpse, and that's what made me take the picture. Sometimes I don't see anything in the camera, and I take the picture anyway, and I catch it later. That happens at least 50% of the time. See, like this one here, I took it, and I don't know if I found, yeah, there it is. This is something that was a little off colored, and it's basically the same thing, but different color. Now it changed color, that cake thing. I call it a cake, but you can see it just looks intelligent. So if you know what these things are, please leave me a comment. If you have an idea, or you just want to subscribe and join the human spectrum, I'd be more than happy to have you on board. This is what we're all about here, is finding these things. Yeah, that thing was obviously, I took a few pictures of that. All right, and that was some pictures of the sun. Again, this is where I'm finding that anomaly there. And I'm trying to find out exactly on the sun. The only thing I could find was a little bump here, but there's not supposed to be two apertures in there. So that was on 520, and I showed you those already. So yeah, that's what I have for you today. And I took quite a few pictures. So here's the main thing. I went out. My goal was to take pictures in the pitch dark, where the stars were not showing to my eyes, and just point the camera to black. Everything that I see that is black, I pointed it up to the sky, and that was it. I just started snapping photos in Nightscape, which takes 5 seconds to complete, so that I can pull forward anything that our eyes can't see. I mean, I don't know. Most phones have it in a different, might say it in a different way. Might say night mode. Mine says Nightscape. But whatever you do, go out at nighttime. You can try the sun during the day if it's clear and they're not geoengineering or spraying the skies. Take a video of the sun and go back and forth slowly and see if you get one flare or two. One will be the brightest, will be the sun. The one that's not bright would obviously be something else that's either behind the sun or just further back but showing, and it's being illuminated by the sun. I don't know what it is, but it's been consistent the last couple of years. So, um, so yeah, that's all I got for you today. And I hope you enjoyed these pictures that I showed you. And grab your cameras. See if there's a night mode on them. Even if you don't have night mode, take pictures anyway. Steer away from the stars and look for the darkest part of the sky and take pictures, and then later review them on your own. And you might be surprised. But I would definitely try and see if you have some kind of like, nightscape or night mode or anything like that. Infrared, you might have infrared capabilities on your phone, even better. Um, and if you do get anything, please send me a copy. I would love to show it here on the Human Spectrum. I would really appreciate that very much. And that's it for today's show. Um, I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch. And if you haven't done so already, um, subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell. And every time I put up a new video, you know how it goes. You get a little ding saying that, hey, Dave's up and he's got some new stuff. So this is what I did. Took pictures the other night and actually found stuff that my eyes couldn't see, but my camera did. Go out and do the same thing. Send me some copies. I look forward to seeing them. And I'll leave all the information to where you can send it. And have a good day or night, wherever you're from. From the Human Spectrum, it's Dave. It's time for me to go and sizzle my chest. If you ever remember the Jerky Boys, you're going to hear me saying a lot of things from them. I used to listen to them back in the day. So, Sizzle Chest stuck with me a lot. There's a lot of other ones, but I don't want to be inappropriate. So, with that said, have a good night, have a good day, and thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves.